Good morning, Calvary. My name is Caroline Adams, and I am graduating from Colorado Academy this year. As some of you may know, my family and I began attending Calvary around 2012, and we all came to love the congregation here, the inspired leadership, and its values. I have grown so much through being a member of this church and have been blessed to get involved with the child care program at Calvary, Vacation Bible School, and Family Promise. I believe that Calvary as a church embodies the most paramount component of the Christian faith, love. Through Calvary, I have learned that the importance of loving my neighbors, loving God, and loving myself. I was lost in my faith for a number of years, in part because of the frustration I felt at the lack of present-day connections I found in God's Word. This congregation helped me to find my way through a stagnant time in my faith. I want to thank Ann and Andrew for presenting a sermon every Sunday that I can easily identify and relate to, one that never fails to hit on the importance of love in our Christian faith. I also want to thank Morgan for her inspired leadership and guidance in this congregation who has taught me to love in a way I never thought possible, and likewise how I am loved by God through which all is possible. In the past year, I found myself plagued by this fear of leaving my home, my friends, and my church family to start over. I was scared to be alone, but luckily I uncovered a few verses that never failed to remind me that no matter where I go, the love of God follows. These verses are 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 7. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. This is my favorite Bible verse because it reminds me of my loving Calvary family. It reminds me of God's omnipresence in my life, God's never-ending love for me, and it strengthens my effort to love others in the same way God loves me. A big change is coming, and I am so glad that I have an extensive support system here at Calvary. I am convinced that no congregation will ever compare to you in your capacity for openness and love. You are all irreplaceable to me because of how integral you have been in shaping my young adult life, and I believe I'm ready to make the transition to college life because of all the things I've learned here. And with that, I'm excited to announce I will be attending Oregon State University in the fall and will be majoring in animal science with the pre-veterinarian science option. I will end by thanking you, my Calvary family, again for the part you've played in equipping me to enter the next stage of my life with confidence, a growing faith, and anticipation. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jack Hagen, and I'm graduating from Cherry Creek High School this year. And next year, I'll be going to DePaul University to study scenic design. It's both the largest Catholic school in the nation, and its mascot is the Blue Demons, so I'm sure I'm getting a lot of God points for that. I really wanted to talk about what I have learned through mostly ABY and through being a part of this church, and honestly, a lot of that comes down to the adult mentors in ABY. Do you ever feel like you never were seen until you met one person? You were invisible in every room you went to. You never made much of an impact, and then one person looked at you and they just got it. Well, I walked into the first day of ABY and I heard, "Hey, Slick." And pretty much from that second on, I wasn't the same person. I went on the Green Lake trip with no friends, and came back with so many connections with people that I never thought were possible. And a lot of this was because of Doug. I'm gonna be honest, I just wrote notes on the back of the program. So if I look lost, it's because I am. Essentially, I didn't know who I was or who I wanted to be, and because of Doug, because of Joe, because of that trip, I learned so much about who I could be and what I really wanted. And my dad says that I was a completely different kid when I came back, and I think that's completely true. And I have gone on, done a ton of shows in high school. I'm going into scenic design, which is the thing I'm most passionate about, and in a weird roundabout way, this is all because I met Doug Crane. I think if I take anything away from ABY, it's that God often sends you just what you need in the most unconventional and angry, grumpy man sort of way. Gave me exactly what I needed and changed my life forever, pretty much. I just want to end this with a huge thank you to Morgan for continuing with the environment of love and connection that is made here at ABY, and to thank all of you for continuously supporting the trips and all these life-changing things that we send our kids on. Biggest advice to future ABYers, treasure the adult mentors, because you never know which one of them is going to change your life. Thank you.
Good morning, Calvary family. My name is Maddie Newhouse. As some of you already know or are just finding out, I'm preparing to graduate from Rangeview High School and take my next journey this fall as I start college. During all the excitement about the final weeks of senior year, many people, including myself, are busy every moment of the day preparing for prom, finals, exams, graduation, and to say goodbye to all they have known for the last 12 years of their lives. As I work through these bittersweet firsts and lasts and reflect on how I have grown and changed in mind and spirit, I am drawn to my memories of Calvary and how I have been shown the great power of Christ through all that he has done for me and those that he has placed in my long and winding path. During my year and a half at Calvary, I have witnessed just a few of the innumerable ways in which God works for and through us. After experiencing my parents' divorce and moving 800 miles away from my closest friends and home in southeast Iowa, I was lost. Seemingly overnight, I was suddenly in a new place that I had only ever visited before, was starting a new school of over 2,000 students, and knew only my surrounding family. It was not until my aunt and uncle brought us along to a Sunday service at Calvary and introduced me to Taylor and Pastor Morgan that I was anywhere that remotely felt like a community. After a few months of regularly attending and joining the church along with my mom, grandma, and 2 brothers, I knew that I had finally found a place where I needed to be after hearing one of Pastor Ann's sermons. Her words in the Spirit moved so greatly through me that the next day I contacted Morgan and requested to immediately begin going through the process of being rebaptized. I grew up and was baptized in a Lutheran church, but never truly felt the connection to community in Christ like I immediately felt here at Calvary. This to me was truly a sign that I was meant to be a part of this fantastic spiritual family. Following a few months of conversations of spirituality in the church, I knew that Calvary and the American Baptist Church was the right fit for myself because of their inclusivity and ideals. While the services, members, and values here at Calvary were markedly influential to the new relationship I've begun with God, the music at Calvary has given me access to Christ in a fashion that few other people had the opportunity to experience. Thanks to Kevin, Emily, Danny, Lucy, and countless other musicians that God has placed upon my path, I have found myself and the Lord on a level that is indescribable. These fantastic musicians that I am proud to call my colleagues and friends have helped me to see and experience the love and power of God through the best way I know how, performing music. From singing with my friends in Spiritual Element under the direction of Emily and Lucy, to performing in Carnegie Hall with the choir, to playing my trombone during services and the Calvary Christmas concert with Kevin and others, Calvary has become my new musical home. Without my calling from God to come to Calvary, I would not be where I am today, graduating with honors, preparing to study music education at CU Boulder, and ready for the next journey that Christ is preparing for me. Before I embark upon the unknown adventures ahead of me and see who else will be placed along my path, I would like to express my gratitude to all of you that have helped me along my journey. From pastoral staff to my new friends, your compassion, help, and understanding as I struggled and eventually found my way has helped me in ways that I cannot begin to describe. There are not enough hours in the day to provide me with the time I need to sincerely thank each and every one of you for your guidance that has helped me so much. I thank God for placing all of you in my path. To the students that will one day be standing here and have yet to experience the bittersweet firsts and lasts, if you ever feel as if you have lost your way, trust in God and know that someone will be placed in your path to help carry you along your way. Thank you.
Good morning, Calvary. My name is Cassie Coachman. I'll be graduating from Rangeview High School and attending the University of Northern Colorado this fall. I've been a part of this church community ever since I can remember, and during my time at Calvary, I've experienced a lot of lessons, memories, and connections. All of these things have been made possible through God and the community at this church. I have learned He brings people into your life that leave an imprint on you for the rest of your life, whether that be friends, mentors, pastors, or fellow churchgoers. He has shown me that by having faith, you can make an unbreakable bond with people of the same denomination. He has given me a home and a family outside of my own that I will never forget. I have learned that God works in mysterious ways, but no matter the ups, the downs, the lack of trust in Him, He will always be there for me. He has also led me to a mission trip in Honduras that opened my eyes and changed how I viewed the world and released that a simple bond and smile can create happiness when you have nothing else. For those of you in ABY or those to come, I wish to advise you to make the most of your time here. The people, these adventures, and the good times should be cherished as they provide support and fun, but they help you prepare for what is to come. I would like to thank the Calvary community for shaping who I am today, and especially Ms. Morgan Carruthers for helping be a pivotal role in my success the last few years as I have rediscovered my faith. Thank you all, and have a good day.
Good morning. So my name is Shoberg, and I'm going to be graduating in about 3 weeks from Littleton High School. Really excited, finally made it. So I've been a part of a lot of different things while here at Calvary for the past 8 years. I've done music, I've done ABY, but my favorite thing, and the thing that's probably brought me closest to God, has been my trips. And I've gone on a lot of trips. I love to travel, my family loves to travel. So it's been really meaningful to me to have different opportunities. So when I was a 6th or 7th grader, I went to Green Lake, Wisconsin with 5 or 6 other kids, and that was so much fun. It was it was a great starting trip. I learned so much. I remember learning to clap at the end of a prayer. If you we ever pray and you hear a clap, that's the youth. We brought that back from Green Lake. I went back the following year with close to 30 kids, and it was just so much fun to go back and re-experience all of that. And then I went to Guatemala with my old church back in Pennsylvania a year after we moved here. And that was so much fun to go down and see all these different people in a totally different world than where we come from. And my little brother's also from Guatemala, so that was a really neat trip. I've gone down to the Dominican Republic with some great friends from school, some great friends from church. That was so much fun. I have memories of drinking water out of plastic bags, kind of like Ziplocs. That was fun. We built a church there. I've recently seen pictures of the church that has been completed, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to go back and go see it all. This past summer, I went to Honduras with Maddie and Cassie and Coco and Morgan, and that was an incredible trip. I got to spend my birthday there. That was a lot of fun. I had a little granola bar birthday cake with candles and Morgan's little flashlight light that I blew out. So that was fun. And everywhere I've gone, it has just brought me just one step closer to God. It has led me so far in my faith journey. So I am very excited to continue to go on trips. Where my next trip will not be as far away. I will be attending Baylor University, following Morgan, Sick'em Bears, in the fall to study chemistry and pre-medicine, and I can't wait to continue to grow in my education and my faith. So thank you all so much.
All right, good morning, Calvary family. I'm almost there. As you probably know by now, my name is Maddie Holst, and I will be attending Colorado State University in the fall, majoring in biomedical science. So I'm about to go die for the next 4 years, but hopefully I'll be really smart at the end of it all. I have been attending Calvary since 1998. I was both dedicated and baptized here. Calvary is my home, and there are no other people that I would have wanted to share those milestones with. I have learned so much here, whether that be from frequently attending various Sunday school classes or gathering with friends at ABY. However, the greatest sources of my learning here at Calvary has been telling children's stories. I learned from the best, so I was kind of set up to succeed from the very start. Thanks, Nana. Since this is not a true children's story, I will not be asking all of you to join me up here on the steps because we might have a whole congregation up here, and I don't know how pleased our pastoral staff would be with that. So, here are some of my favorite children's stories and what I have learned from all of them. The Hating Book. God teaches us how to have good friends and how to be good friends. Ming Lo moves the mountain. You can do anything if you set your mind to it. My personal favorite, Kiss Me, I'm Perfect. Everybody is perfect in God's eyes. I'm not wearing my shirt, I'm sorry, but. Now one foot, now the other. Kindness and love can go a very long way. The Empty Pot. It's always best to tell the truth. The Treasure. God will provide. And now one that rings true for all of us graduating seniors. A House for Hermit Crab. Never be afraid to try something new. So that's what I've learned. Mind you that these are only 7 of the countless lessons that I have learned here at Calvary. I've also been asked to share some advice to anyone still in ABY. So maybe this is cliche, and I bet you that your mom tells you every single day, but it's really true. Get involved. Never say no to doing anything, whether that be at church or at school. At Rock Canyon, my high school, I'm the president of 2 different clubs that meet at exactly the same time, if that tells you anything about how involved I am. And then there are still things that I wish I would have done, and still things I wish I would have tried. So take it from me, say yes to everything. If I hadn't said yes when someone asked me to do the children's story, a very different, probably someone who's less cool, less involved, less confident, and probably someone who'd gotten accepted into less colleges would be standing in front of you today. So thank you so much for everything, Calvary.